All right, so in our previous lesson, we did a little bit of solving two-step equations, and those were kind of what we called the straight-up solving. Today is what we call rule busters. So these are ones that don't quite follow that same format or have some other issues going on. So we're going to talk a little bit about them today. In the first example, go ahead, drop a line down the equal sign. Why is this one a rule buster? Because it says plus 3x, but we're not going to trap this because the armadillo is not the letter. We're trying to get the letter by itself. So this plus is telling me that it's a positive 3x. So 6 out here is actually my armadillo. So what type of 6 is this? Since he's out front leading, we can assume he's positive because he's not marked negative. So we have to do a minus 6 first. And 6 minus 6, positive 3x, we're just going to write as 3x. And 15 minus 6 is 9. 3 times x, so divide by 3 on both sides. And x equals 3. That's our first rule buster. Here's another example of it, so I'm going to have you try this one, pause the video, and come back and check your answer. Okay, your answer should be x equals 3. A couple areas where you might have made a mistake. Hopefully you caught the armadillo, subtracted 7. Did you remember to bring down the negative 10x? That negative goes with the 10. So you need to bring down a negative 10x when you bring it down. And this one, negative 23 minus 7, type it straight in your calculator that way, you'll get a negative 30. In this case, next possible mistake you might have made. A lot of people will go plus 10 plus 10. It's not the case because these are multiplied. So to undo multiplication, we do division, and we divide by whatever it is that's stuck to the x. In this case, it's a negative 10. Negative 30 divided by negative 10 will give you a positive 3. Take a look at the next example. You see a fraction, don't freak out. It's stuck with the b, so we'll deal with it in a minute. The 25 is our armadillo, so trap him. What type is he? Well, he's out front with nothing else, so we can assume a positive. So we're going to do minus 25. Positive 11/12 b, so go ahead, bring that down. Equals, and 47 minus 25 is going to give me 22. For this one, remember rule buster wise, why is this here? It's a fraction. Even though it's times, we're not going to divide by the fraction. We're going to multiply by the reciprocal. Multiplying by the reciprocal still gives me 1b, which is really b, and this is going to be 24 when you use your calculator then. Take a look at this one. Rule buster because, again, the armadillo is out front. Positive 4d is really just 4d equals 32. Divide by 4 to get the d alone, and d is equal to 8. These are my favorite rule busters. So these are what I like to call junk in the trunk problems, because you got some junk going on up here, and you got to put it in the trunk. So remember when we talked about solving these, we said that we had to follow SADMAP. Subtraction, addition, division, multiplication, exponents, and parentheses. Parentheses come last, which means you have blah divided by 5. Your first job, there's no subtraction or addition because there's blah divided by 5, not yet, is to go ahead and take care of division. So divide by 5, how do we undo that? With a multiply by 5. Let's go ahead and do that to both sides. That cancels that out, which leaves you with the blah. So we just have x plus 2, and 7 times 5 is 35. You now have an armadillo. So you're going to subtract 2. See your armadillo, x equals 33. Over here, drop a line down your equal sign. You got a lot of blah, junk in the trunk. Blah divided by 5. You have to undo divide by 5 with a times by 5. So times by 5. Those cancel each other out. So you have 4x plus 11 equals 35. But now you still have an armadillo over here, so it's plus 11. 35 minus 11 is 24 equals, armadillo's gone, 4x. 4 times x, so we're going to divide by 4. X equals 24 divided by 4 is 6. And remember we said we could rewrite that as x equals 6. those are some of your rule busters. I am going to go ahead and show you 2 word problems here for today. So it says, what operations would you perform and in what order would you perform them to solve 1 plus 5n equals 20? So if we have 1 plus 5n equals 20, this is a rule buster because the plus 5n, that all goes with the n. So here's your 1. So you would have to subtract 1 first. So out, because that says add 1, not happening, not happening. Subtract 1. So if we did that, and then we have 5n equals 19, what would our next step be? We'd have to divide by 5. So B is in fact our correct answer. Let's take a look at this next one. Let's just give it a shot, see what we can figure out. It costs $7.50 to enter a petting zoo. Each cup of food to feed the animals is $2.50. If you have $12.50, how many cups can you buy? So for us to just walk in, it's $7.50, no matter what. Each cup of food we get is $2.50. So we would do $2.50 times however many cups of food we get. We don't know how many cups we can afford, so we're going to say $2.50 times C, because we're not sure what that's going to be. Our total that we can spend is $12.50, so this is going to equal $12.50. So we have $7.50 plus we'll buy the cups of food at $2.50 per cup. There's our equation. Armadillo's out front here. Go ahead and subtract him. 250 C equals $5. So we'll divide by 250. We're going to find out that C is 2 cups of food is our answer.